everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're going to tidy this all up. Father Phil is away. Father Phil has gone to England to collect parts for the 1200. He's gone to see David Chamberlain, and I think he's going to Adam Hence's farm. He's going a couple of places, but he's on a, you could say, a long weekend for Paddy's weekend, going picking bits up for the 1200. So when he gets back we'll go at that. But while he's away, he's not here, we're going to start cleaning up, and we're going to get it into the skip and gone at long last make a bit of progress. So myself and Liv are going to start going through this. We're going to get this whole area tidied up. There's concrete under it, and the majority of this stuff here come out of the buyer. Back when I was 14, 15 maybe, myself and a cousin cleaned out the buyer, and we were told put it all here because I wanted to use the buyer for chickens. And now it's time to get this cleared up, because we want to use this space here with one, somewhere to park the cattle, the jeep trailer, the cattle trailer, just fit in nicely in there, not have it kind of in the way all over the yard. And the other thing as well, we want to put in a calf hutch on the other side, so put the cattle trailer there and the calf hutch on the other side, so that the calf hutch we can use as a bit of a sick pen. So any of the calves that are sick in this shed behind us, they need to come out and go out. That's what our vet wants us to do. We want to be able to put them there, not too far. Hopefully it's not an issue with the airspace. I don't think it will, because it'll be just over that way a bit. That's why we want to get this tidied. But while Father Phil is away and he can't say, oh well, that's just put that over there because that'll be useful for another time, we're just going to the skip. There is one or two things I know I can't put to the skip. There's a Ferguson implement in there somewhere. That's what we're going to do now. So I get the telly and we get cracking into this and get it tidied up. First bucket into Wilton's. First bucket out, and we'll do a bit of a story time. This is the Ferguson implement that I was talking about, and it's a Ferguson scoop bucket. Father Phil picked it up years and years ago. I think he picked it up somewhere that we were working, just seeing it. Is it for sale? Yeah, and bought it. And it got put in with this crap. That I can't get rid of, nor do I want to get rid of it, so I'm going to bring it round to where we have some of our other Ferguson implements to sit till he does something with it. Or we make use of it, Liv, isn't that right? We're sorting out scrap here. We have one good metal bar there, so I'm just going to cut the end off and get rid of the shite bit. But it's a bar inside a bar, but that's really good solid bar. This here is a hot box. And no, not a hot box that you get in and you have some wacky backy. On a farm that we used to buy calves off, they had 2 or 3 of these, and red bulb sitting in on top, and it was for putting in a calf, a bit of a chill or a calf you needed to put a bit of warmth into. So we turned one of our IBCs into it. We haven't used it in 2 years, but we'll bring this round to the power washer to be washed.
It needs a different door.
I know, the door was never grey on it because I just cut it. But it needs to be washed, and then we'll put it up there on the stand. And it can stay there, not be where it was. The next thing is all these metal bands. You see them here, there's a heap of them, all with ratchets on them. They were part of a big grain bin that used to sit here. It was a bin that was made of MDF, chipboard, something like that, and they were strapped right around it that held it together. And this is part of our old grain storage. That's why this is a high risen bit of concrete. Until one day I was taking bales out of the shed and accidentally knocked it in and crushed it, and then it had to be got rid of because it was a bit of an eyesore. And we gained this bit of space here, and as you can see behind me we have this big steel bin. This was also part of our grain storage, and you'll see this here in front of us, a little hopper that was also part of the storage, and underneath it there's a belt driven roller and there's a PTO driven roller, and they were what was used to roll the barley here for feeding the cattle for years. There was an auger come out of this bin into that hopper, and there was an auger out of that bin, still is, into that hopper there, and then that was augered And that's how they used to feed the cattle, along with the grain bin that's out there. But I'm not sure how. I think they had another set of augers that went there and back up to there. That's why there's a hole in the roof there. That's how they used to roll and do the grain that we do. And I would love to get rid of this here, but Father Phil isn't keen on it yet. I'll bring you up and show you what's inside it. I don't think there's anything inside it. I actually don't think I've ever been up the ladder. So you can see, that's the hopper there, full of bird stuff, and you can't really see into it. But that was the old grain bin, and that was some kind of a cylinder that they bought and turned into grain storage years and years ago. But I'd love nothing more than to get out of that. But that's not going to happen today. That's a bit, Liv, that'd be a bit beyond our level of skill to get out while he's away, wouldn't it? Might have a few choice words to say to us if we did have it out when he come back. Wilton skip wouldn't be big enough to take it. That'd be a first point. Anyways, so there. So basically we also have blackcurrant trees growing in the middle there. Currants in the garden to the house, and obviously birds or whatever, maybe us throwing them across the wall. We know blackcurrants there, so I think Liv wants to put some in pots to save a few. We'll see what they're like. Anyways, we'll go move this stuff. There's some gates there and there. I'm going to go at them with the forks, loosen it up a bit. So it's quite hard to get stuff out. And yeah, we keep at it. Oh, we're slowly but surely getting there. Fill another bucket for Wilton. A good bit of rubbish there. A lot of footbaths. For whatever reason, there must be 4 or 5 footbaths in here. Don't ask me why. It's not like anyone there was passing traffic in here. As they were expecting the rats to dip their feet. We're getting well in now. We're nearly at the old wall there, which we'll be very careful when we get to that, because that's old. That's proper old. Make sure we don't damage it trying to go again. I don't know what's at the back, whether it's a slope bank. I think it is a slope bank down. And another thing I found is we're not all concrete. I was told it was all concrete, but we're all concrete to here. So that's about, obviously, about half of it.
Yeah, half and half.
It's concrete. We keep going, we'll tidy in as best we can. But we're going to have to go so far and then just kind of scrape down the bank and that. And I don't know what we'll do then. I don't know what's the best plan of attack. We don't want to spend money, do we, Liv? But what really wants to be done, just looking at it, is that area there wants to be kind of dug out, put down concrete, and put down concrete along that old wall just to keep it up, because you can see its foundation. Down a line of stones, and then they poured that on top. And don't ask me what that is. That's old. That's old. But you can see the foundation was just literally put down big stones and then pour concrete on top of it. But yeah, we're making good progress, aren't we, Liv?
We are.
We are. Liv's smirking back at me because she's very productive at the minute. We keep rooting at this and see what we can pull out of it.
What's that?
Some kind of channel. There's a hit of it up there.
Birds are going mad.
I have no idea what that. Some kind of channel. It seems pretty good steel, so it'll weigh well in the skip. And if Father Phil wants it, he can go in after. We pulled out an old grain auger, and it is a RECOFLITE.
Recoflite. No, Beck, it's a B, isn't it?
It's a B.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Can't tell.
Let's get
But
in
it
the
is.
skip anyway.
It's going to the skip. It's like a spade on. There's a
Oh,
big
what?
bit of steel going across. It's like a spade on the end of it. I cannot get it pulled.
What is it?
I don't know.
Treasure.
I would highly doubt it, Liv.
Is that heavy or is it just buried?
Heavy. There's a disc. And there's a spade that end. I'll have to put the forks back on to get that out. When I've that out, then we'll move that bag of sand. And then it's just a couple more buckets. And that's it. Oh!
You're stuck.
You're stuck. Whatever this bit of kit is in that wall so long that that tree there, the size of that tree, which could be an ash tree, I'm not sure, has grown up in between it and it is caught in the tree. There's a stay bar or something seems to be underneath the tree, could be tangled up in the roots. So I'm going to have to cut it off just to get this out. Could be a horse-drawn implement or something.
And you're going to cut it up.
Yeah, well, I don't have much of a choice, Liv. It's quite literally, if I can get in. Might pop off when I go to lift it now. So, it's raining, I have the thing dry, and we pulled this out. I have absolutely no idea what this is, absolutely none, like not the foggiest. So, if anyone knows what that is, please enlighten us in the comments down below. Purely because I have no clue what it is, I'm going to put it to one side, wait for Father Phil to come back and see what he has to say about it. What is it, what was it for, and why was it there so long? But anyways, it's absolutely peeing rain. It's getting on a bit, so we're going to leave the rest of that for tomorrow morning, or tomorrow once we get the jobs done, and we'll finish cleaning that house. It's out of the way to one side, and we'll see what Father Phil says. But if you think you know what that is, please enlighten us in the comments down below, because I haven't the foggiest of a clue what it's for. And it is the next day, so just moving that bag of sand, then take away the rest of the stuff. And Troy is here, and Troy and Liv are, or Liv and Troy, whichever we want to put it, are dehorning calves. Yes, something that we didn't actually do any of last year. And how have you done 16 so far?
Yeah, 10 the other day and 6 today.
Yeah, so we're doing them in 1by1 basically, and just slowly but surely we'll get through them. But the calves are doing well. Little calf update. Go for a look. We'll go look at the Charleys, the latest edition calves we've never had in here, never had on the farm before. But calves, touch wood, they're doing good. We'll just leave it at that because we don't want to jinx ourselves. Gonna see can we find the Charley. There's one Charley. But the big Charley, he's lying down here at the back. Another Charley. This guy here, this guy's a monster, aren't you? Aren't you, boss? Go on, up you get. So that calf is the youngest calf in the shed. Now he'd only be younger than some of them by a couple of days, but the youngest calf in the shed, and he's considerably larger than the rest of them. There's Twix, but they're all looking well, doing well, you know, filling out there very nice, especially the calves that have been the longest in the shed. They've filled out like that guy there, filling out very nicely. We're at 100 in the shed now, and we have 20 more to come in. and then that's the shed finished. As you can see, the calves are all lying down there because that's where at the minute it's the warmest. There's no calves, very few calves up here. Well, might be that and they're trying to catch them. But yeah, anyways, I go back to clean them. But yeah, I have Charlies, lovely big calves. So far, touch wood, everything's going fine. There's another calf with no horns. That's a calf that's on the feeder a while, and you can see lovely shine and good and full and good, you know, there's a bit of cover on them. I go back to where I'm supposed to be at. I leave them to that. So yeah, manually shuffling it out along there. It looks like milled peat. I can't remember there being milled peat in that shed. God only knows how long ago since this actually got tidied. So we're finished over there where we're working, and I want to bring you on a tour of the other holes around the farm that hopefully will be, if all goes to plan, will be tidied by the end of this year. And this is the next on the hit list. It's behind our big gate here, basically where the overflow of the workshop, where stuff started getting piled up outside the workshop door, that got brought in and in here. So there is some good steel in here, there's some good flat stuff that should be in the workshop for cutting up, for making things, but the most of it is just broken crap that come out of the workshop that was thrown outside the door, and then my mother gave out and it got thrown here, never got rid of. But this is my next spot to tackle. There is also a full coon power harrow in here, in bits, just underneath the Lelandis. Uncle Reno has a great notions of fixing it and putting it back together, but I think when I get that far it's just going to go to the skip, because we have one power harrow, one's enough. Yes, that's one spot. The next spot I want to tidy is here. This is what we call, and it's always been called, Andre's shelf. And the reason it's called that is because in 2007 and 8 we had a Polish man working for us, and he done a power work around the farm, maintenance, tidying up, hanging gates. He put that big gate that we seen there earlier, he made that, hung that. This was his shelf for his tools, and I don't think it was ever cleaned since he left in 2008. But all of here, all of along this side is just that, just yeah, never gets rid of. And then to the front of this old combine then as well, to just give us more space for turning in and out. But that's going to be my next spot to tackle, is here. These next bits that I want to tidy hopefully will happen, but may not. Here we have the tractor house, and if I'd rung Father Phil and told him, so he rung earlier today, see what we were getting up to, I told him I'd tidy, oh yeah, that's grand. If I'd have told him I'd started cleaning out here without him, there'd have been hell to pay, because this is the old tractor house. This was the original workshop on the farm. This is where my grandfather used to park his 20s in the evening and change the oil every Saturday, and it is full of owl junk, and God knows what all is in there. I've never seen anyone go in there to do anything or use anything. It's always looked like that for as long as I can remember. We also have the crushing house, which is behind these doors. I don't know, I'm not even going to try and open them, but all that's in there, there's actually not that much in there. That was, in my young days, that was full of wool from when my father had sheep, and stuff to come out of the parlour got moved in there. That was always the problem. Nothing was ever got rid of. It's just moved from one spot to another. And all that's all that's in there is old stuff from the parlour and an old crusher in at the back. Also on the list is in here, which is just at the back of the turf shed. And this is where my grandfather would have parked his old Morris Minor and whatever cars he had back in the day. And I'm just looking at it now. I've never seen them doors open. I don't know what is in there. Again, it's just crap. But I'm just looking at that plinth across the top there. That looks knackered, like it's about to fall. I'll probably have to get the cousin to come up and have a look at that, as he's a builder, because that is definitely not safe. Definitely not safe. But yeah, that's another spot hopefully to get tackled this year. And then this area here, this is also part of the long shed. You can see where the roof is in. The roof has come in 2 years in now. We use one side stores the whole crop header, and then this side holds. Again, we have good timber there. There's an engine, there's an old I don't know what, single cylinder engine things. Other than that, it's just, and this is getting done this year because we're intending on going back to rearing autumn calves, but we need somewhere to be able to do that, and be able to store our straw without affecting where we store our straw. So we're thinking we get this done during the summer, roof fixed, the floor, I think it needs, some of it, I think this side needs a new floor, the other side I don't think is too bad, and then raise the roof. The roof we can't get in with the teleporter, so if we lift the roof 6 inches, we'll be able to get in and out here with the teleporter for cleaning it out, and we'll be back making use of this shed and making good use of this shed. And that is happening this year, has to happen this year, because we want to get back to rearing autumn born calves, and we think this setup should suit it, should suit feeding 10-15 calves quite well. So we just have tried cleaning out the pigs, we'll just put them out here, but we have Bruce's running with them now, just purely because we seem to either be the wrong sides of putting Bruce to them the last couple of times, so we're just going to let him run with them. But to prepare for what, at the minute there's 3 pigs, but they both ended up farrowing together, we go to 30 pigs, and that's where it comes to the parlour. Our old milking parlour, which is abandoned, well, it was stopped using in 2004. What we're thinking of doing, hopefully get it done this year, is we're going to turn this into a bit of a piggery. No, not anything major, but completely strip it out, a lot of, and then we'll have the pit, which we'll be able to put pig slats on, make it into a kind of a tank. We'll probably take, you see there's a round roof above the top end of that, so we'll probably take it off and lift some of the round roof sheetings to make more ventilation in the shed, and just turn this into a bit of a piggery. We don't really know what we'll do yet, but we think it could be a nice spot for it, because we already have what would make has the makings of a bit of a tank, and be able to farrow pigs in here and be able to feed weaners in here on, and all of that kind of crack. And that's what we're also hoping to get done this year. We're in the calf shed now, and you're wondering why are we in the calf shed, what are we planning on doing here? Well, it's not anything we're planning on doing here, but we're planning on preparing ourselves to build a calf shed for next year. We're hoping come May time to start going around looking at other people's setups, other people's sheds, start looking at getting planning for just at the far end of the yard where we talked about where we'd put up a calf shed, putting up a calf shed there, because it is something we need. Always kind of running tight. Every shed is a double jobbing shed, and we just need a purpose-built calf shed. Plan then of starting in December, January, and having it ready for the second feeder to go in, so it gives us 3-4 month period there to be able to get the shed put together and put up. And this is why I'm saying it now. If anyone knows of where there's a good purpose-built shed, or has a good purpose-built shed, wouldn't mind us coming to have a look, please get in touch with us, because we want to try and get the best built shed as possible, and we have a great audience of people to communicate with, no more than with the putting together the bale fork. There's lots of people there with lots of suggestions that should help us get the best built shed that we can get. So I get the ball rolling on it while things are looking good. And now we're back here, and we have what I think we need to do done, or it's thereabouts. There is clay, small bit of stuff there, but nothing major anymore, but the majority of it is gone. We have successfully cleaned up one spot while Father Phil was away. Happy days. Can now park our cattle trailer in here, and then we have to look about getting a calf hutch then, which, let me know, do you think whether it's too close to the calf shed to be putting sick calves in, or do you think it'll be alright? Just, that's what's on my mind. Is it too close to the calf shed to be a good spot to put it? You're probably wondering yourself, how on earth do you think you're going to get all them spots tidied? You got this spot tidy, fair enough, but the rest of it, you're lining up a whole lot of work to do and all the rest. Well, as you've seen there, we've tried working for us at weekends and maybe do a few days during the summer to help with them smaller jobs, keep all the smaller stuff kept on top of. I've also have full-time help got for the summer to help with the extra bit of contracting work hopefully I get with the stone picker, and then to be able to do more of this kind of stuff, to get more tidying up done. So I'm hoping for this year to be quite a good year for getting work done with the extra full-time help, to be able to get more done and just really blitz through what needs to be done to try and tidy the place up. I know I get lots of comments about how untidy the place is, but slowly but surely we'll be able to rectify it. Rome wasn't built in a day, and this place I'm not going to get sorted in a year, but I'll try my best all the same. But just to finish up on what we've done here now, so it's all done. I didn't want to go any closer to the wall. One, I come across that pipe there, I don't know where it's coming from or anything. It's clay coming out from the wall. Don't want to have the wall coming down. It'll be in a lot of trouble. What we need to do to finish this up properly is need to get a mini digger in, scrape it all up, tidy it up, put in a fresh concrete wall under that wall, or kind of prop it up to some extent, and then finish out the concrete. So the concrete only runs to here. Finish out the concrete to the corner, dig it all out, square it all up, do a nice job on it. The tree has to be taken out of there because ultimately there's no need for it to be there. It's only going to, if it grows big enough, it's going to be just on top of the house. They're just sprigs of oaks that come off probably the trees the other side. I don't know, they were definitely weren't planted there. And then at some stage we'll extend the hay shed then to cover that, and it'll be a right job. It'll give us more space for straw storage, more space for the calves, just more space undercover in general. And when we come to what's here, at some stage this will come out of here, but the problem is it's such a mammoth of a task. I don't know how they managed to get in there, and I'm pretty sure it's concreted into the ground. We use it for grain storage again. Yeah, we were supposed we could, but we're really stuck, which we're not really, but we just a lot of hassle using that, because that was an old setup, not exactly going to auger it from that into the big mill and then roll it out. So, and we kept one of our blackcurrant bushes back. We're going to plant a hoe into the orchard on Sunday. That's really it. I've nothing else to say. So I hope you enjoyed today's video tidying up. Someday, maybe in 3 or 4 years time, the farm will look considerably cleaner than what it does most of the time. All steps, and eventually we will get there. I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. If you have any comments, as always, leave them in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.